Hey everybody, today we're going to make what I call enchilada pie. This is an easy to put together midweek meal. It's got a lot of flavor in it. Everybody's going to love it. First, you start with a rotisserie chicken. First thing I do when I butcher a rotisserie chicken is I cut off the wings, and then when nobody's looking, I eat them. They're delicious. Really shouldn't say butchering the chicken. In this case, we're just going to rip the meat off. So we don't really need the skin, so go ahead and pull that off, put it to the side. And the chicken breasts are very easy to pull apart. You'll have the chicken breast, and a lot of times you'll get a little bit of cartilage in there. Just cut that off. We only want the meat. And underneath the breast, you can see the tenderloin there under my right hand. We're going to want that for sure. So just go ahead and pull that guy out. If you're new to cooking, that piece of meat is what chicken fingers are made out of. You know, every time you have a rotisserie chicken, you always have that one family member that likes to pick the carcass dry of every last piece of meat. If you've got that guy around, have him do this part. He'll be excellent at it. Now we want to do the chicken legs and chicken thighs. They're a little bit trickier because they have more cartilage in them running through the meat. So just be careful. Again, we want the meat only. One of the good things about this recipe is you can purchase a rotisserie chicken very inexpensively. Costco, Sam's Club, both of those membership clubs will sell the rotisserie chickens at a loss leader. I think they're like $5 at Costco, $5 at Sam's Club. I purchased this one at Publix for $6 or $7. Basically, it's the membership club's way of getting you in the store, so you purchase everything else that you see. It's so much a loss leader that the CFO of Costco has actually stated that the store or the company loses between 30 and 40 million a year selling their chickens below cost. But again, it's a way of getting you in the store so that you fill up that enormous cart full of everything else. Speeding up the video just a little bit, but be careful with the legs, drumsticks. They do have a thick cartilage straight down the middle, so pick that out, cut it out. We only want lean meat here. Now it amazes me that whole chicken only has this much meat in it. But either way, go ahead and run your knife through it. We don't want a fine chop, but just run your knife through it to get a loose chop. Yeah, basically break up the pieces. You could do this by hand if you really wanted to. And notice how my left hand is on top of the blade when you're chopping like this. Good knife skills. Basically make sure that you never give yourself an opportunity to cut your finger. This is not fancy, but it is delicious. And it's pretty cheap too. My 2-year-old enjoyed it. Just all around a good hearty dish. So go ahead and scoop up your chicken meat and set that to the side. I like to use a cast iron skillet, and basically we're going to layer this kind of like a lasagna. A little bit of enchilada sauce, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of cheese, and then another burrito, and then repeat. Oh yeah, I forgot about these Ro Tel tomato and chili tomatoes. These are exceptional. They add a ton of flavor to whatever your dish you're cooking. I personally could eat these with a spoon straight out of the can. They are awesome, inexpensive, and add a ton of flavor to whatever you're cooking. They're an item that I always keep in the shelf. Now, I don't know what makes a cheese, quote, Mexican, but the easy melt or whatever Kraft calls it, these actually have a bit of cream cheese mixed in it, and they do melt a lot easier, a lot more evenly. So you don't have to use that, but it does work well for this dish. Now we're just going to make another layer. The original recipe I studied for this calls for 1 can of enchilada sauce. I'm using mild green because I like the flavor, not the tremendous heat. You can obviously use a hot enchilada sauce or even hot red enchilada sauce. Doesn't have to be green, but adding that second can, it does make the dish a little bit soupy at the end, but it's a ton of flavor, and it's, in my opinion, it is worth it. I've done it both ways, and the second can is worth the extra $1.50 or whatever it cost. And the texture is, again, it'll be a little bit soupy, but not too bad. It just all around is worth the additional can of enchilada sauce. The reason I like using a cast iron skillet is we can take it, it's already round. I guess you could use a round pie pan, but you can put this directly to the oven, and you don't have to worry about overheating it, cracking it, etc. These things are basically, well, everything proof. Except rust. Don't get them rusty. More of that delicious Ro Tel tomato and chili. There goes the last of our cheese. Smooth it around. This is not fancy food. You don't have to be perfect with it. Throw it in the oven for 350 for about 30 minutes, and then we get to serve. And yes, I keep a baking sheet in my oven just to help regulate heat more evenly. So you plate this up. It's a good hearty family meal, midweek meal. Look at all that flavor oozing out. It's cheesy. It's got chicken. It's got tomatoes all around, full of flavor. So if you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Enjoy.